What's going on, everyone? Juice Bags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. I rolled a high seas daily here. I actually been sitting on this one for a couple of days. I love doing these high sea maps, as there's just lots of opportunities to play around and try just silly things. So we are going to do a little creative gardening here today on Chaos 10 Plunderer's Paradise. With that, we're going to use the World Tree with the Thick Vines Shard. So I've got a full DPS version here, anti-chaos, anti-melee, defense range, with automation, vicious strikes, and thick vines. There's also a tankier variant, which a lot of people are having success with. And then I'm using defense range as the godly role here. But let's go ahead and see what we can do on this one. Now, part of it is understanding the tree and how its range works. It is similar to an aura, but you can't see it. So, of course, when we look at an aura, we know that the range of the aura is kind of in like a globe. Lots of people have tested the trees out, and it appears the trees are the same way. So, visually, we don't get that indicator. But that is the general consensus, as it appears to be in kind of like a large globe or circular shape. With that in mind, we got all these cheeky little areas we can place stuff. So let's start things off. First off, let's just get the lanes blocked. So basics first. We'll go something like that. We'll throw... where do we want these? Let's actually throw these back here. We'll block this lane off. Let's block this lane off. And I think all of the main lanes are blocked. Now, what can we do to add a little damage in here? Well, we can hope that the range is going to reach the enemies here, which I believe it will. So let's go with, we'll go with 5 trees. Let's go with 5 trees right there. We'll do the same thing over here and go with, like 5 trees around this outer perimeter here. Something like that. Now, I'm not sure on the bridge here if it's going to reach down below, but we're going to try it out. So we'll go something like that. We'll go with 5 trees. We've got an opportunity over here. Now, hex throwers, of course, are going to throw at this stuff. But we've got an opportunity here where we can go with trees like on this rope. Let's go with 4 of them there. Let's do the same thing here. Let's start up top and work our way back. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we've got, additionally, we can go up top here. Now, these are way off the ground, so I'm not sure if these are going to reach, but we're going to try it anyway. Let's go something like that. Where else can we get some trees in? Can we get any trees on that stuff? Yeah, it looks like it. Let's go with a tree there. Go with 1 right there. We'll throw a couple. We'll throw a couple down on this piece here as well. So we'll go with like 3 here. Out here on this little item, I think if we throw a few trees out here, I'm not sure if they're going to get beat up or not. I'm sure that any range mobs coming from this lane are going to throw at them. And then additionally, if we put them back over this way, that's going to give them an opportunity to hit inside the spawn. And then additionally, it's going to hit those flyers as they're coming out. So let's go something like that as well. Now, once again, I'm not sure... how effective this is going to be. This is a fully untested run, but, that's a big part of the fun. Now, over here, we're definitely going to need a little range pylon, as we just can't get any trees any closer on the gap. So let's go with, like, 4 trees there, and we'll get a range pylon in. And once we get some upgrades in, the range will be better anyway, but that should help out the tree range just a touch over in that area. And then, where else? Well, we can go, like, off to the sides here. We'll go 3 there. What does that leave me? I only got 100 DU left, so we can go 5 more trees somewhere, but where do we want them? We got trees all over the darn place here. Let's see. I feel like we're probably pretty good over here, but let's go ahead and go with one more right there. What about this area? I think we're probably good there. I think this might be a weak spot, but I'm not sure where else we can put any in over here. Can we get any in on this piece? Oh, we can. Let's throw a few trees down there. And then one more. Where do we want our one more to go? Let's just put it right up front here, and it will double dip a little bit. So let's go with something like that. Actually, oh, it didn't build. There we go. We'll go with something along those lines. Now, of course, as we upgrade the trees, they're going to get more health, which is going to give them more attack damage with the thick vines. But additionally, it is going to give them more range, and more range is going to get the job done. So I no doubt am going to lose a boatload of trees, particularly in the first wave. But let's see how it goes here for this one, and see what's happening. First, let's check these trees. Okay, they are getting damage in. So we're doing fine here. How are we doing here? Are these hitting? It looks like those are hitting as well, so we're doing good there. I think those trees on that flyer lane might get beat up a little bit, and they are hitting below, so that's a pretty good distance, but they are still hitting down here. That seems awesome. And the chieftain, of course, are going to make the pushes to the walls, so we're going to have to kill some chieftain. Or we no doubt will lose a bunch of walls. It's actually, the first wave is going way smoother than I intended, or expected. I thought that the first wave was going to be kind of panicked. They're trying, the little goblin bombers are trying to throw at those trees up there to no avail. And, oh, it looks like a berserker did make a little sidetrack over to that tree there. So we're going to have to get some DPS in on this lane. I do want to keep an eye on what's going on over here, though. The chieftain was actually past his immunity, so that one burned pretty quick. Surprisingly, have not lost a single tree yet. I don't want to jinx it with only 3 mobs or 2 mobs left, but... Let's see, they are on the wall, it looks like, right here. That was quite close. Let's definitely get some upgrades in here. Once we get these upgraded, I think this is going to be really, really automated. Let's, Now we should be getting a lot more goblin bombers coming soon, too. Let's get a little range in on these. I feel like I've overkilled this area a little now. That looks like there was a few shots taken there. I think that was probably from the flyers. Not 100% sure. And then what about these? That one took damage. Not many upgrades left. These didn't take any damage. But of course, an upgrade will help them out quite a bit. So let's throw in an upgrade there. And then over here, we had like those Zerkers that came over and started slapping. So let's get 2 more upgrades in there. And that should help that out a little bit. Now we do have a boss coming now. Looks like it's going to be an ogre. So we'll want to get a little DPS in on that ogre manually. But let's see how it runs here now. Looks like I didn't grab all the mana. I could have got another upgrade in. Go ahead and grab that stuff. These Zerks are just getting owned here. Let's get a couple of upgrades in where we can here as the wave runs. Just kind of grab the mana. Grab the mana as it falls here. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I guess that's not that much of a distance there, but it seems like that's a pretty good haul off the ground. I'm curious about those ones, though. They are way, way up there. Quite potentially completely out of range. Here comes our ogre. Let's see how this ogre and frost orc fare. It's a slow burn. The frost orc's getting owned. The ogre, however, it's kind of a slow burn with the ogre, so I think I'm going to have to get in the mix here a little bit. It looks like I completed a daily mission. I think that was orc killing. We got chieftain over here. And we've got one tree. It looks like this one is just getting the berserker action over here. Let's go ahead and upgrade that one as well. And what else do we have? Let's see. We got a little bit of mana sitting down here. I think upgrades are only going to benefit this lane. Well, I mean, upgrades are going to benefit every lane. But let's see. We took damage here. This area here is doing incredibly well. We're taking some shots up there. I'm pretty sure that's from the flyers. So let's get this row upgraded now. Oops. Double up on one, that's alright. And we'll just let it fly again. Looks like a couple of them are damaged a touch here, but we can throw in maybe some quick repairs. Both of those are all good. These chieftain always had me worried a little bit. Now, of course, anti-heal, having like an anti-heal aura or something in there would make a pretty considerable difference. Because they do just slap really hard. So those guys are not making the turn. I don't think anything is going to make it over to these trees. We got another ogre coming. Let's see if our upgrades did much of anything over here. Ooh, I forgot about those trees. Some upgrades on those could potentially go a long way also. The more times that ogre stops and throws, the better off we're going to be. Because it's not enough damage that the thick vines won't just heal through it with automation. I mean, if the ogre gets up here, of course he's going to start slapping like crazy. Let's see if we can repair through it. I mean, that's some big slaps, but, you know, we were able to repair through it, of course. Now, the tankier version, using, you know, going with, like, Juggernaut, having a little less range, you wouldn't be able to build it like I've got it built here. But you could be a lot bolder with the trees as well. You can just stuff them in their face just a little bit. Now, Juggernaut does not affect the thick vines damage. I know a lot of people are under the impression that it does. It does not. And additionally, things like the health pylon and boosted blockade no longer affect the thick vines damage either. Alright, now what did we want to do? This is always a boss lane, so I'm feeling like I really need to get these trees. I mean, that should add a ton right there. And then what were we missing over here? I never got this first one, or yeah, I did. Throw a couple of ups in there. I'm assuming that is all flyer damage there. I expected these to get destroyed by goblin bombers, to be honest. But no issue with them there so far. So that's kind of nice. Let's go ahead and throw a couple of upgrades there, and then we'll just let it fly here. and see how Wave 4 treats us. I think now that we've got upgrades in, it's just things are going to get smoother and smoother. Oh, let's see, that Berserker took no damage. So maybe... I think those trees are right on the verge of the range. They're going to wreck the flyers, though. That's kind of nice. Even at max range, I'm not sure that those trees are going to be effective. And then that tells me, too, that, like, these ones up here are just... There's no way they're doing anything. Of course, we don't have any way of checking damage done on them. Which would be pretty awesome if we could check damage done. Okay, we got a Siege Roller. We'll just go ahead and get in the mix and slap that Siege Roller as soon as he gets his booty out there. It looks like the mobs that are closer to that ledge are getting hit, and then the mobs that are further out are not. And it looks like that Ogre just getting worked over on that lane. Is he going to make it? No, didn't even make it to the walls. Very nice. Now that one, of course, has lots of stuff to pass through. And what do we want to get going here for the 5th wave? I don't think we need anything else, to be honest. I mean, more upgrades. Upgrades anywhere are going to be better than not having them. You know, this tree's about dead, so let's definitely upgrade that one. And like I said, I'm absolutely shocked that I have not had more issues with ranged mobs. I mean, some of these trees, to me, seem like they're definitely in range of, like, goblin bombers, but apparently not. Or they're not aggroing to them, anyway. Looks like we finally got some chieftain up here. They're getting wrecked right at the end of it. Go ahead and hit these up. Let those, we'll go one more on that middle one. Alright, let's go ahead and let it fly here. Man, I wish I would have saved one more to get one more upgrade over here. It doesn't look like you see this Berserker here. I think that was my pet. So I don't think this Berserker here got hit by those trees at all. And then you see these little goblins are not either. But the ones... Oh, there's our Hex Throwers, finally. The ones that were over on that far side... looked like they were taking damage. Let's get these Hex Throwers cleared out. There's no doubt I will... There we go, finally. I was going to say, there's no doubt I will lose a tree here eventually. And we did indeed. Looks like the Goblin Bombers can't quite reach. They're trying real hard over there. But they can't quite reach. We got a Drakenlord and a Cannon Ogre. Now, the Cannon Ogre is going to mash stuff, of course. Let's just get him burned out. And then we got our Drakenlord as well. Let's just pop his bubble, and I think the trees will do their work. Maybe? They going to get him? Oh, so close. Pop it one more time. There we go. Trees are, you know, obviously this is not some crazy, super powerful thing. But they are quite effective. There's no doubt about it. And it allows for some real creative placements that you would not normally do. And that's a big part of the fun for me. I love to do weird experimental things. And we are definitely able to get that done here on Plunderer's Paradise with these thick vines here. That tree getting mashed on. We got a couple more. Or no, they're down here. Oh, they're real low. So there we go. GG's on our Plunderer's Paradise Creative Gardening session. So not too shabby. But that will do it for now. Thanks an absolute ton for watching. And I will see you next time around. Take it easy.